Hey, it's Kevin DeWitt here and welcome to the pasthisprime YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel and you're interested in relaxed, casual gaming for an older generation, then please subscribe to my channel. Like the video and click the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos. Right, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere Program, where I am chugging away at this very slowly compared to probably a lot of other people. But, you know, that's just the way I play the game. So, updates of what I've done in the background. I've started to focus a little bit more on trying to separate things out into little functions and using a lot more of these, either interstellar or the littler ones, the planetary ones. I'm also setting up just sort of mining everything and putting it in things and then seeing how that's going to work, or whether I can transport mining material around so that I'm not sort of locked into locations and I can do it anywhere. I also went to our other planet again and just tuned that up a little bit. Started setting up mines all over there as well, with a lot of, again, these transports, logistics stations, etc., so that we could possibly bring back some of the mining material and things like that from planet to planet when we start running out of materials on this planet, because we will do that. Now, to zip over to one section, I think it's over, where is it? I will find the section. No, that's not it. You can see here I've got lots of these, lots of little things now. We're passing things around, little separated builds, again, with the ability to transport everywhere. I've also made a decision that even though I sort of like the concrete under the things, I wanted to make the planets be unique to their own environment. So in that regard, what I've done or started to do, which I will do in these bits, is I go into the formation and I turned off this decoration setting. And what I can do now is I can actually go back over these. It doesn't cost me anything. And it wipes out the concrete look. It still flattens the area, which is really sort of the main goal, but then it puts it back to its original sort of coloring and style. As I said, it flattens it, so you still retrieve soil, etc., but you don't lose the vibe of the planet. So if you were sort of off planet like here, it still has a look about it. It doesn't start to look like it's just one big concrete pillar planet, that looks horrible. And that's what I made the decision to do that, because, with the different textures of every planet, when we get to ice ones and, we got the lava one and stuff like that, I just don't want to lose that texture. So I am going to go over these. There might be certain things I'll leave as concrete, but where possible, I think I want to keep it looking as natural as possible. That's just my personal taste. But yeah, I've tuned all of these and we've gotten rid of, I think it was over here. It was somewhere around here where we had all of those items, boxes, the little clump of boxes that I had, like a hub type thing, and massive amounts of spaghetti and all that sort of stuff. I actually got rid of all of that, right? That's all gone, and now things are being generated in certain sections and going into certain towers, like here, right? We've got this one here's got iron ingots and magnets and gears. So in theory I can request these. Well, it hasn't got magnets because it's actually feeding through, but there's another section I've made magnets, and we can feed them through, so we can get other drones picking up these materials to take them somewhere else to make them. Okay, so that sort of stuff is what I'm doing in the background. So I'm not really creating new stuff in the background. It's more about tweaking stuff. So when it comes to new stuff, I am doing it in the videos because I want to sort of show the new stuff. But there is a lot of tweaking and changing to do that, you know, will bore the heck out of everybody if they were watching it all. Okay, what I have done is I did set up this. Okay, now this was slightly new, but it's one element and it is built from existing units. So energetic graphite, magnets, and electromagnetic turbines. So this is what I'm talking about. The concept here is I have a interstellar logistics station, and the reason I picked one of these was because I needed to request 3 items and I was going to be outputting 1, so that's 4, right? So putting a smaller one was not going to work. So I figured, well, this case I'll go with the bigger one. With some of the simpler builds where it's like request 1 or 2 items and output 1, we can use the smaller ones, and that's sort of what I'll do. So you can see here I am demanding, and I'm trying to keep the numbers low so that we can portion it over the island of the planet. We don't want to take it all, but I'm locally demanding the 3 components that are required to build these supermagnetic rings, and then they're getting built here, and then they're being output back into here as storage, and then they can be picked up by something else. So what I wanted to do was something that technically comes under the Dyson Sphere. I don't know if it is part of the Dyson Sphere because I haven't got enough into this game to even understand what makes up the Dyson Sphere. But it does appear under here, which is these 2 elements. It's an EM rail ejector and a ray receiver. Now what I wanted to do was do these solar sails, which is supposed to be, you know, well, solar sails, so we can generate power from the sun by, in theory, from what I've seen, shooting these solar sails out of these EM rail ejectors on our planet up towards the sun, orbit around the sun, and extract all of the solar power from the sun, and then we can receive it with these ray receivers. So my plan was to try and build these. Now I haven't decided whether I should just do them manually, because are we going to really create that many of them? I don't know. You know, for instance, this one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. So if I was to request all 5 elements, I would have this unit here. I couldn't output them unless I had another thing. What do you call it? Another tower. I mean, what we could do is have 2 small towers, 1 at each end or something like that, and do it. But we've got obviously multiple items here. We need to make the sails, and then we need to make the rail injector and the ray receiver. Right, so let's have a look. And they're very similar. How much close? Or they do share some components but not some other components, so that's a bit tricky, isn't it? 2, 3, so that's got a separate cog and that's got a separate 2 things. And then the sails, I mean, they sort of share a couple of things as well. Alright, what I want to do is let's find a spot. Now, I don't think I need to mass produce them, but it still may be good to automate them to a point, just to have something in place. Now, what about, let's say pick something over here. If I can find that, like I said, it would be really good if you could put a marker on the planet in that space so that you could then easily fly to that spot. That would be really handy. Okay, so we're going to need power, but let's start with getting... That's not what I wanted. Okay, and again, we may just do this quickly in here just to get the point across, and then we'll, I can fine tune it off camera or whatever else. All right, where do I want it? All right, let's just plonk some of these down. It's going to help me work out the materials better if I can quickly see them. Okay, now from what I've seen, obviously the solar sails, I think that's something that we need to produce a lot of because they're constantly being shot up. The ray receivers can be a lot less because they're only receiving power, and these EM rail ejectors, they're a lot more, but again, they're still sort of static. Once you build them, you don't progress more. Well, you don't need to so much. Alright, so we need to think about this here. So how many items is that altogether? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6, 7, because those are shared. So there's 7 items, 8 if we include, no, hang on, not 8, 7, 8, 9, that's 10 items if you include the outputs of each one. My God, that's a lot. That is a lot. So how would we break that up? That's if you had 5 and 5. I'm trying to think how we could share them. This one here would work, would just work in a main one. Alright, maybe we just need to just start. I can't really... There's not much else I can do other than just say, let's just start. I'm just going to flatten this a bit as much as I can. I'm going to run out of... Okay, yeah, we've run out of, what do you call it? Foundations. We can get more if we need to, but... Alright, let's start. Let's put a big one. Let's go down here. Start with one thing at a time. If I think of too many things at once, I'll overwhelm myself. Alright, so we need graphene and photo combiners. So let's start with that. Graphene. Actually, you know what? Let's start with the output, which is going to be solar sails, graphene, photo combiner. Okay, that's going to be storage, remote storage. Okay, we can do local supply, remote supply. So whenever I'm requesting an item, I reduce the amount so we don't take too much and overload it. And I set it to remote storage because I figure the other side could transmit it remotely if it needs to. And then I will change this to local demand, but at the moment I'll leave it at supply just so it doesn't go and grab any in case I decide I don't like it and I want to delete this and redo it. Our output, I just usually set that to maximum, who cares, and I'll set it to remote supply and local supply so we can get it off planet if we so choose, whatever else. I'm going to chuck 50 drones in. Actually, I think there's a quicker way to just... That's not it. I think I can just double click. Anyway, there's 10 in there. I did go chopping some trees down, so I'm just burning some of this wood off instead of wasting it. Okay, and anytime I'm doing something here that I have bits in my storage, I will chuck them in here first, but I don't actually have any of those. Alright, so let's say that's there. So what I'll do is I'll copy this and I'll move this down. Where do we flatten? I don't know. Let's just put it there. Okay, so now let's go. Right, let's go there. So we're going to say I'll go graphene. So it only needs 2 items, doesn't it? Okay, and what's the portions? 1 and 1. Makes 2. 4 seconds, okay. Alright, and we'll go out. No, actually, I think we'll go out. So we'll go in with that. And then I'll go out here. So if I want to do a double length, we could easily do that by duplicating. Should I even do that just straight away? No. Let's not do that straight away yet. Alright, so theory then is as we go 1, 2, let's just say 3. What I've been doing lately is just sort of starting with 6, leaving a gap there, and then I just see what happens. I'm gonna run out of belts. I'm gonna have to go get some more. Okay, we've got enough at the moment. Alright, now we'll feed it in, out, in, out, in, out, and continue along. La-di-da-di-da. And that's just in. Beautiful. Now, power. Just trying to see where the closest power is. Okay, I think from the top is going to be better. Alright, let's get some power. Wider so we don't get in the way of anything. That was too far, wasn't it? No. I find it hard to click things when I'm flying in the air. It's like he moves, it juts around. Alright. Okay, so in theory we're set up. So now all we really need to do is go demand and demand, and as long as we have these supplying from somewhere else, we should start building sails. Now, how much we need, I have no idea. Okay, so let's just delete that. Actually, what I'd like to do is just put that there for now, just to give us some context of how this may work out. Just make sure we're getting enough of everything, definitely. Okay. Alright, and we've got some solar sails coming back in. Beautiful. Whether that's enough or not, we won't know at this stage. Now, that doesn't have any graphene. That shares that item. So that would be good to sort of have over here, or at least sharing off it. Because it's also going to share elements of this. So that sort of makes sense, doesn't it? So what if... what if we now do this one, but we start it one over this side? Or is that pretty stupid? Do I put... okay, if I knew how long I wanted it to be and how wide, it would be better, but... I mean, that's going to take 5 items. That's going to be damn hard to feed in. Because you're going to have to 2 on one side, 3 on the other, and then one side's going to have to be an output. So it'll be 3 and 3 on each side. Actually, let's go and get some more, what do you call it? Go and get some more conveyor belts. I just got to remember where they are. Where the heck are they? Oh God. Here we are. Here we are. Okay, how are we for these? Got 100, yeah. No, we've got plenty of those. Want some conveyor belts. Let's go a few. And we got plenty of those. And plenty of power. Okay, I think we're good. Let's find... okay, so that's that. So it should be over here. Alright, so here we are. Okay, so now I just want to test. So if we were going wider, we've got output, input, and that would just need input, right? So if we went too wide, you could go wider back that way as well. I don't think we'd need to go 3, would we? Alright, so now let's say we build this one here. As I said, we're going to need 3 on each side. So there's 1, 2, 3. Whoop. Okay. And then you would need that unit there. Get rid of you. Yeah, can I? That's annoying me. Okay, just do it so it sort of lines up. Okay, you'd have that there. And then you'd have 3 belts again. 1, 2, 3. And if you wanted to double layer that, one, 2, 3. Okay. Now you got this one here. So it shares elements, but it also has some that aren't. I think we put another one over here to start with. We're just going to have to feed long runs. I think that's just going to be the best solution. Okay, no. How do you... Shift click does it, okay. Okay, we're starting with the... Can't look at it. This one here. Okay, so we've got to request steel, magnet. Oh, hang on. What's the output? That's what we're on first. So let's say we're outputting these. We want steel. Not magnet. It was gear, wasn't it? Gear, circuit, and those turbines. So that fills that up. Circuit, turbines. Oh, this is gonna be really crowded. Okay, now I'm thinking we need another one. This is such an extreme build. As far as I'm concerned, this is a bloody extreme build. Okay, now if this was the other one, it would be the ray receiver, which again requires steel. So the difference with this one is it needs the high purity silicon. It can take the stuff over there. So we could balance this out, okay? So we could take certain elements. So let's say we put the steel here. Okay, so that's remote storage. Remote storage. Now, we don't want to make hardly any. Oh, 100 is the lowest I can go. Alright. Now, I'm going to drop these down really low because I don't really... Actually, no, that's shared. We'll go to 1,000. So if I did that, and then this one here, take the steel out, then we have a spare slot. So let's put in... I like to put them in the right spots. Circuit and the turbines. I like to have a spare slot in each if possible. So storage, storage, storage. Local remote supply. Again, I don't think I want to make much. I'm going to go 100, 1,000, and 1,000. Okay, that's sort of our plan. Not sure if it's a good plan, but it's a plan. And we'll put this over here. Or do we separate it out? No, it might work. We might be able to share a track here. Let's see if we can share a track. Alright, so we're working on this one. So what do these two share? That's the first step. They share steel. Let's start with steel. Now, this one here, I said I was getting steel. Okay, so let's say from here. Okay, I'm going to start with steel. So that goes there. Okay, that's step one. That's the only thing this is providing for this one. Okay, so that's a bit sort of weird. So it could also provide there. So we got, oh my god, this is doing my head in. Can I not have two outputs? No, as soon as I do that, I break it. I guess I could have put a splitter. Actually, you know what? No. Let's not put a splitter. Let's just do it twice. Okay, I can see me changing this layout. Okay, this one here, we need to feed all of that to these ones. Okay, but what was shared in there? Processors and those things. Whatever they're called. Processors and the supermagnetic rings. They are also shared. Oh God, I can hear everybody screaming at me right now going, oh my God, what are you doing? That's horrible. What's this angle crap? No, let's go out from the side here. Magnet. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Because it's not used in the other thing. Okay, so that would be the cogs. Well, now, if that was circuits... Okay, that is used on both. Where the hell are you going now? Oh, because you want to turn. And this other one. What? Why can't you come out there? Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's fix that up. Alright, let's go from the very back one. Cog. Go like that. Go like that. You from the very back. You be a circuit. And you go like that. Now you come from here. You be one of those. Can't see. Okay, so that's then going to feed into there. Alright, this is really complicated. Okay, what I want to do, because I'm sort of sold on this double layer thing, I'm going to put at least 2 more of these down and fix this up. So I'm just going to place it in here, so we're going to go out, there, in there. Out, in, turn around, and this one here, That has to be graphene. Okay, graphene. We'll go like that. That will then go to there. And then in. Okay. Good. That's our double layers now working. We can expand that. I just want to get those double layers in. Okay, what I'm not sold on here is the steel. This steel here is shared, so it could have been in the middle. Well, they're all shared, all three, but that can feed that and that. So then that one could have been over there. Okay, let's just get one side right first. We can fix this up as we need. Right, I think we need to go to there. And this one here will also go to there. That one's going to shoot down there. And that's an input on itself. So how does that work for this? So we got in. So that's our 4 ins. So then we need an out. So we could shoot that way. How? Where was this going? Ah, that was going all the way down there. Okay. So we need to go... That's a bit annoying because we already used all these belts. I think we should have gone in there. Okay, take 3. No. Take 3. I want to come out of here with that. Go here and there. Okay. Oh my god, why do I keep doing that? That was circuits. Come on. And cogs. Then you go back in. Okay. Oh my god. This should, in theory, work. That's the theory. So let's do our copy. Oh, we've got this weird planet shape thing here. Whoa. Okay, let's get the power going. That should cover that. Okay, now we'll just chuck a couple of powers in here just to get it over here. Okay, we need to hook it up. We need to run that down to there. Alright, this is where it gets tricky because we've got all these inputs. In. In and in. Guess we'll do that. Okay, other side. Oh, that's awkward. Alright, let's go in, out. In, out. In, out. Alright. So, this one here just needed the steel. So let's just turn the steel on. Get the demand going for that. And then over here, we need all of them. Demand, demand, and demand. Whether we're making enough items on the other end, that is the interesting part. But if we're limiting ourselves to only 100, hopefully that means that it doesn't matter. Okay, we're lacking some power here. That should fix that. Alright, so we got stuff coming in. We're just waiting for some more. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for cogs and circuits. Okay. Looks like we're filling up and we are making. We are getting some. It's not elegant, but it is working. Okay, next. I think if we start on this side... Why did that not have power? Since when? Has that never had power? Didn't realise that. Does now. Oh, that's not what I wanted. We've got tons of sales going in now. Alright, they'll fill up. Obviously we're going to be using them. Right, so let's start on this one here because this one has the most shared. Okay, so we are sharing silicon and that. Okay, this steel can't be there because we need to get in this element from over there. Okay, so let's lock in this one first, okay? So I'm going to feed in that to there, that to there. That should give us 2 of the elements. Now, we could have taken steel, but here's the problem. You only got 3 spots. We haven't taken this spot, have we? But I don't think the layout works because this is blocking that. So I think we will have to take the steel from here, but what we'll do is, what will we do? Okay, what are we missing? We're missing that stuff, silicon and the steel, only because we haven't fed it in. Okay, but that's not going to work. Alright, let's just get this steel back here. Can I dump some of my stuff in here? Let's dump some steel in. Can I dump my cogs in this side? Okay, that's the only items I have. Let's get some more wood in there. Get rid of that wood and then we'll start putting these things back in. Okay, we're missing silicon, that stuff, and that stuff. Okay, so to me, I would say we're gonna go from here. We're gonna say that. Is gonna go there. I don't think we need 2 rows of these, but I've sort of done it now, haven't I? Alright, now if we put... that power pole is ridiculously placed. Okay, get that out of the way for a minute. Hang on, how are we getting the... No, okay, we need to fix this. Stop. Let's get you out. Okay, you are now going to be there. And you are going to be there. Okay, now you... Still don't think this is going to be right. Yeah, we'll try it. Okay, now if you go here and you feed into there, and then you feed into there, I haven't got an output. No, I don't have an output, but here we go. This is the thing. We're not going to need 2. Let's get rid of it. Let's put a gap. How many items do we need? We've got 1, 2 over there. Yeah, see the problem was I assumed we could get the steel and we can't get the steel unless I put it off center. If I put it off center, we can grab the steel. That would be the only way, would be to move it off. I think I need to do that because how am I going to get over 4 lanes? Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's just copy that over here for a minute. Remove that. All right. Okay, so if we put it like that. Now what I want. Well, we can sort of really do it any way we like now. Because we can feed all three into there. Now let's get power. Fix that back up. Okay, now if I do that, we don't need this steel. I don't need it at all. Let's do a shift click to get rid of that. Okay, now let's take that away. God, I keep adjusting this thing over and over again. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Silicon. You go there. Come down here. Go to there. And you feed to there. And then we got an output this way. Because this was that one, yes it was. And then that can stay where it is. Actually, it can probably stay exactly where it is. So now, what we're doing... Oh, that's a bit wonky, isn't it? Okay, we got that one there. Can I just delete that little? And then this one, outputs. Okay, so technically all we need now is silicon. So let's demand it. Okay, this is all bottlenecked up, and that is because we've already got 100. Well, you know what? Let's push it. Let's go 200. We might come back and fix that up, like change it. I don't know. We'll have to see how much we make. Okay, what is this doing? All right, we've got to wait. Silicon is coming in. Does it fill enough in time? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. It does. It's funny, so silicon's the one that's... It's on the edge, but it is enough. Now, let's say I want to do 2. Oh god, that's close. No. This... in that stupid spot. Will this take too many? Okay, let's look at our layout here. In. I don't know if it's totally efficient, but I think it'll just balance out because they'll just stop. So that's there, that's there, that's there. Yeah, I get it, I'm running out of power. Alright, let's put a couple of those in. Ooh, we got steel in my thing again. I would steel in there. Okay, so steel is the thing that's sort of running low there. But it's not terrible. Okay, so let's say that setup is done. Now, what do we actually do about building this thing? How does it work? How do we do it? That's a bloody good question. So let's say I take 100 of these. Now, I have no idea where on the planet to put these. Actually, you know what I want? I'm going to go get some... I want some foundations. Find where I build them. And I'm going to take all of it. Okay, so as I said, I have no idea how this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically, I don't know, experiment. So what I'm going to try first is I'm going to try just putting them up sort of here in the top and around in a circle. Alright. Wonder if that should be concrete there. You know what? Leave it. Okay, so here's where they appear. So how does this... Now, does it matter which way you have them?
An EM rail ejector. You have taken the first step to build the Dyson Sphere. Now you can use it to send solar sails into space for forming the Dyson Swarm. Each EM rail ejector requires to set up orbit and supply with solar sails. Also, you can use copy and paste to set orbits. If you want a Dyson Swarm orbit become more diversified, you can click the Dyson Sphere button in the lower left corner of the screen to open the Dyson Sphere panel. Make your customization however you want.
Okay. Okay. No tall buildings in the muzzle rotation area. Alright, so you've got to have a bit of a gap. So... what if I just place them all like this? Ah, is that power in the way? Alright, we'll come back to that one. Yeah, same with that. I think it's the power poles in the way. Damn it. Everywhere I've got the power placed. Maybe I should have gone wider. Okay, what if I did go wider? How would that work from a layout? Okay, I don't think it'd add... wouldn't add any more. I mean, it could. Actually, let's do that. Alright. Let's start... oh god, okay. We've got orbits, we've got everything. Okay. Let's put them exactly the distance apart they can be. Ah. Okay, let's go the other way now. We've got power in the way again. I'll probably go all this trouble and find out that it doesn't work the way I've got it, and you need to do it all again. I think it's going to look good though, whether it works. That's another problem. Okay, we need to put one right there. Can't do that with that power there. Yeah, I know you've got no power. Calm down. We'll get there. Okay, so how... That's fine. Okay, so we got to feed solar ray, what do you call it? Yeah, those things. Okay, that needs to be guaranteed as is. So can we just put... Like, can you just feed... So can you just feed from one to the other? Can it be just set to orbit 1? Oh, okay. Alright, so I've set it to orbit 1 now. Oh my god, I've got to do this for all of them? I should have copied and pasted. I don't know anything about the orbits, so I'm just going to set them all to 1. Okay, they're all set up. Alright, now it's about feeding in and doing this. So I guess what we need is we need some sort of tower to bring this stuff in. Okay, well we could do it with this one here. Because it's doing nothing. It's doing some mining. Would that work? I hope so. So let's go. Yeah, we gotta actually request it first. Sales. Okay. Now let's just drop this down. We go 500. That's demand. How does this go in? Why is it doing that? That's this stupid planet layout again. Okay. So if I get some power here, where the hell can I put the power? Is that gonna work? Hope so. Okay. When does it start shooting? Or it can't at the moment. We're not in the right orbit, are we? Alright, I get it. So if I feed everything this way... Okay, before we do anything, let's see if this works, or should I just run a path around and then feed it in? What's the most efficient way? Because this uses 2 sorters. It works, but it uses 2 sorters, whereas going around in a circle and then having 1 feed in, it uses less sorters? Yeah. It actually makes more sense to go around. But what I want to do, just separately, I'd also like to do it again. But this time also go the other way. So I'd like to go half and half. God, what's half? Hang on. I need to see where that is. So it sort of is. Okay. 1 more would be half. You're kidding, lack of item. Alright, let's go and find some things. Which way is it? Is it over here? No, that's my drones. It's over this way. God, I'm constantly lost in my own planet. Here it is. Okay, how are we going for those things? 52. Top it up. That'll do. And you. So many of those things. Alright, back to what we were doing. Okay, where did I stop at? Here we go. Stopped here. We'll say that's halfway there. Okay. Keep it coming. That's all we should need to do. Alright, in. 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 Okay, let's quickly run around and do this. One's going. Oh, I already got one there. Okay, now we need to deal with power. Okay. That's about as close as we can get. But it seems to be enough. Okay, they're powered. Alright, we can already see some are shooting. I just want to get it all powered up before we have a good look at it. Okay, we're gonna have a problem here. So we need to do some bit of foundation work there. I think that's it. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got some not shooting because of our angle and some shooting, and we can see already, here we are shooting them into the sky. And they in theory should be getting some, so we can see obviously these yellow orange ones can't do the shot for some reason. Pitch limit. Okay, so we sort of are on the wrong pitch. And I don't know if that improves, or I don't know if you can set 2 orbits and then it'll work. See, at the moment we've only got a small portion shooting. But they're going there. Now, the other thing you can do, or assume you can do, is, oh, you can see shooting there. If we go space, can we actually see it better? Yeah, see, it's I mean, that's shooting a lot around already. That seems like a hell of a lot of sails. Anyway, what I wanted to do was come here. Where did our build be? Here. Okay, so what I want to do is let me take... Just take one. Okay, so what I want to see is how does this actually work from a point of being useful for power. Now if I put it here, actually before we put it there, let's have a look. So our power generation is sitting at 112 megawatts. Geez, we're getting close to capacity here. Alright, so it's sitting about 112. Let's get that, and let's say we put this here. Okay.
You built a ray receiver, which can receive the high-energy rays transmitted from the Dyson Sphere and directly input them to the power grid. However, caused by the ray receiving efficiency, the ray receiver's requested power will be larger than the documented output power of the Dyson Sphere. You can keep it working or upgrade technologies to increase the ray receiving efficiency.
Okay, and we have a tutorial. The ray receiver can receive the high energy gamma rays transmitted for Dyson Sphere, Dyson Swarm. It has two different modes, power generation and phantom generation. Power generation mode means that the ray receiver directly outputs the received energy to the grid. After upgrading the Dirac inversion mechanism technology, you can unlock the photon generation mode. Under the photon generation mode, the receiving power of the ray receiver will be 5 times. Use this ultra high power can directly convert the received energy into critical photons. The miniature particle collider can easily convert critical photons into antimatter and hydrogen, realizing energy storage as antimatter. High energy gamma rays will lose energy during transmission, therefore there is a transmission efficiency when energy is transmitted from the Dyson Sphere to the ray receiver. Upgrading technology or letting the ray receiver continue to work can improve the ray transmission efficiency. The basic received power of each ray receiver is 5 megawatts. Continuously working or consuming a gravitation lens will increase the actual power. When the ray receiver cannot receive rays because it is in the shadow of the planet, the progress of continuous reception will drop rapidly. When the continuous work progress reaches 100%, the received power becomes 2.5 times and the energy loss is reduced by 40% on the current basis. Oh my god, we're getting technical now. When put in the graviton lens, the receiving power becomes 2 times. Besides, with the application, oh god, we haven't got to that bit yet. Consider all the above bonus factors. Theoretical max power panel generation is 25 megawatts, photon 125. Okay, very complicated, way above my head. So this is saying we're getting 6.25 megawatts. And if we look at our power, 100. Okay, this is this is really hard to determine because our consumption's dropped, our generation has dropped, but that could be depending on where we are in the sun. But we are receiving power, and technically we are feeding it in. So could I put a ring of these around and... Well, how about we do that? All right, let's put a ring of them around. I don't know how many we need. So we'll just put them between. So that's 1, say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Say about 8. So we'll grab 7 because we've got one. Can I put some of this stuff back? Okay, let me put these sails in here. Don't have any graphene. Where's the other one? That one there. Oh, I can't put them in because... Okay, I'm going to go supply. I'm just going to increase that for a minute so I can dump these in, and then I'll put that back down to 1,000. And then I'll put it back to demand, and this one here, I'll do the same thing. Down to 1,000 and demand. Okay. I got rid of some excess stuff I don't need in here. Alright, let's get back to what we were doing. Okay, so I'm going to come here and we're going to...
The amount of your solar sails has reached a certain scale, and they have formed a Dyson swarm around the star. You should be able to clearly see it right now. To receive such energy, you have built a ray receiver to absorb the transmission, where Dyson Swarm can generate power simultaneously. Every solar sail launched for a certain life cycle. If you want to maintain the Dyson Swarm, you have to continue on injecting the solar sails.
Okay, so depending on our rotation and everything else, we are doing stuff here, but you can see we have a swarm already going, and it's fully around the sun, and they do have a life cycle. So let's put these out, like I said. Go over the other side because it's a bit of a weird bit of a setup here, the way I've got this laid out. Starting to look mighty impressive now. So I think that looks pretty right there. So there you go. How's that? Let's just have a quick look. Power consumption, 138 mega. So in theory, we can put these on any planet and they will receive power from our, wherever it is, I've lost it, there it is, from our solar sails. I don't know how many solar things we're using. Where is it? Is it where we built it? It was. I mean, it's keeping up. Okay, that's not good. We've run out of these things. So that needs to be something that needs to be worked on, because we are running low on that. So we might run out of solar panels. Now, the other thing which was in here, which is key to know, was these technology upgrades, which I have done. Okay, so this increases your solar sail life because it's very short. Extend the operational life of the solar panels, and then that extends it even more. I'm not sure, does it actually say plus 150 second solar cell life? That's, I guess, even more. That's plus 300. And then we get to the purple cubes, we can increase it even more and more, right? We can get right up to here. So we can get some extended life in our sails. We've also got the ray efficiency here, so from collecting. So I have done those upgrades. Again, we've hit a limit here. Is there any other upgrades I can do? I can do that one. Okay, I don't do any of that. So I can do some of these. So carrying capacity and stackers and all that sort of stuff. That's 1,000, that's 1,000. Let's activate that. Let's queue that. Can't do that, can't do that. Can do that, so let's queue that up. And everything else here can't be done. Alright, and then we've got some technology stacks which we will go into. I'll have a look at other stuff here that we can research. High strength load, I don't know what that is. Interstellar power transmission. Gas giant exploration, okay, that'd be nice. Okay, mini fusion, right, so there's a lot of things here that we can now research and start making as well. Okay, it's getting extremely complicated. All right, I mean, a lot of this stuff I don't really understand, so we need to do it one step at a time so I can try and understand it. But until then, it's still all good fun, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. We can't do anything with that. That's fine. All right, so we will leave it there. I'm happy with what we've got here. Look at that. Look at our gas giant there, I think it is, in the background, and we've got some lovely power. We're shooting off our sails. Looks good. And I think you can set a separate orbit. So if we go to a Dyson Sphere, see we've got one orbit there. You can set more. I'm not really 100% sure the purpose or why or how. I think I've seen somebody online do it, and there was no explanation other than I think they did it because they just liked the look of it. But I'll just leave it as is at the moment. And, you know, we'll see what we have to do later on. Alright, well, we're going to leave it there, and yeah, in the background I'll continue tidying things up, making things more efficient, fixing up some of these things that are lacking, get over to our other planet and continue doing some mining over there, maybe set up some of these ray receivers over there to get some power. We'll see. But otherwise, I will catch you in the next video, and hopefully we'll be looking at something new.
Alright, well, hopefully that was enjoyable. Please remember, if you like what you see here, subscribe to the channel, click the like button, click the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos. Go and check out some of my other videos here that are linked on the side. And I thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.